There's a fresh story, come and see. With Olivia and Jenny, be who you need to be. Honest voices, safe and strong. Come as you are, you belong. So take a breath, let's begin. You're not alone, we're here again.
Welcome to the weekly wrap-up with Olivia and Jenny. It's the weekly wrap-up.
How are you, sister?
I'm okay. I was just bemoaning the fact that I don't have a high-necked white t-shirt. And so I'm going to probably do a little research on where I can get one of those following this in the half hour we have between things. How are you?
I'm okay. I was just going to look up the name to make sure I have a name of a company right before I say that I bought something from them. I bought
a shirt.
I bought a shirt with a built-in bra. I only wear built-in bra tank tops. And I have been on the hunt for a built-in bra t-shirt that I can wear for summer. And Laurel, our friend Laurel, I'll tag, posted a company called Nude. We love
Laurel,
Nude.
who you may know as the Midwest mid-size, middle-aged mom.
Middle-aged, Midwestern, mid-sized mom.
It's not my tagline. It's hers. I don't have to get it right.
And I think she trademarked it.
Good.
And it's called Nude, N-O-O-D, Nude, New York. I'm going to tag them here. And they have, I'm going to read their thing, bra alternatives that actually work, it says. No BS lift, support and coverage solutions for all bust size from the team that knows tatas. And they have a really classic scoop neck t-shirt and long sleeve shirt with a built-in shelf bra. And it was an investment, and I did it, and I'm very excited to try it. So
I'm excited for you.
Thank you.
You have access to a washer and dryer too.
Yeah, and I
so
wear the same thing every day, pretty much. Like,
right.
literally.
But I want people to know that you do wash your clothes.
I do wash my clothes.
And so, and like, I think for you, because you have access to a washer dryer, like you're running laundry pretty much every day.
Every day I do laundry. Yeah.
Whereas here, even if I did it every day, there's like a 2-day wait time between wet clothes and dry clothes.
Right.
So that means you have to have a different sort of wardrobe.
Right. Right. That's true. I like your sweater, though.
Thank you. It's new. It's from H&M. And I was going to return it because I wasn't really sure how to wear it, but I'm been wearing it on calls today, and I feel really good in it.
I love it. Okay, sister, we have a lot to cover. It was a big week. Yesterday alone, I couldn't believe it was May 1st the entire day. It was a lot. So let's go down our agenda here. Quick hello from Olivia and Jenny. Okay, one word vibe check from the team. Okay, Jenny, what would you say this one word to describe this week was?
I feel like I've felt for a long time that you and I are in a fishbowl, and we have filled it up. I don't know if this is a great metaphor. It's more of a plastic bag, and we've been filling it up with like water, and it's about to burst, and like the pressure is getting so high of like all the good things that we have to do, and I feel like finally like we cracked a hole in it, and I feel like the pressure in like the best way, like we have so much good stuff, and we're like, do you hear us? Do you see us? Do you hear us? Do you see us? And I felt like this week, May has always been a better month for us than April, was finally like, like it was like, the water broke, the dams broke. And I feel like it's just like, okay, like the things that we've been working towards for 4 years, which is crazy. I can't believe we've been doing this for 4 years, are finally starting to like be. And I think that, we have been, I would say, successful for all 4 years. And we have been making money in that time, which is an amazing thing to do as a company. And we've been supporting people, and we've had some really exciting things that have happened in the last 4 years. But I do feel like, and it's sort of a promise, not a promise. It reminds me when things don't feel like they're happening, that they actually are. And so I feel really positively about that. But it's also a reminder that like it takes a long time to build a brand. And it takes a long time to build a company and to understand what you're doing internally and what the messaging that you need to be giving. Like, and I know, Tara Bodine said this at a networking group that we were in. And she was like, I know you don't want to hear it, but like, it just takes time.
Yeah.
And so like, shout out to Tara Bodine, who we adore.
I was just going to say, I saw Megan Bowen, another person that we are friendly with. She posted some Ask Me Anythings, and somebody said, advice on starting a business. And I loved her response. I felt like it's exactly what you said. She said, Be prepared for the first 5 years to suck, fail a lot, not know what you're doing, stressed out of your goddamn mind. Listen to everyone's opinion on how you should be doing things, operate in the negative, and make every single possible mistake you can. And then, if you can survive past that and not throw in the towel, it becomes way easier.
Yeah.
And I feel like we're getting to that point.
Yeah, I feel like that too.
Yeah.
And I feel like, we've had a lot of beautiful things happen in the last 4 years, which are great reminders, but also like it's really hard. And I think one of the things that I've been dealing with recently, I stopped recording myself on my phone, by the way, just so you know.
Okay.
I got like a minute.
I got a minute and a half. We were recording ourselves for B-roll. Yeah.
For B-roll.
That's fine.
I feel like one of the things like I'm tired by, that it's not going to stop, but it's an interesting, it's an important thing to talk about as founders is, and this is as a founder and as somebody that moved internationally, in the last 2 years. I'm so tired of figuring things out. And I feel like being a founder, starting a company, especially one that's never existed before, like something that's nobody's ever seen anything like Fresh Steps before.
Yeah.
I mean, when we went to the bank to go open up a joint bank account, they acted like nobody had ever opened up a joint bank account before. So we're really on the vanguard. And is that you just are constantly figuring things out, and it gets really tiring. Like I'm so tired of figuring things out, but I can keep going. But like just reflecting and like acknowledging that, like I'm tired of figuring visa things out. I'm tired of figuring tax things out. I'm tired of figuring out our bookkeeping. Like I'm tired of figuring out like we're gonna get a coverage book account, and now I'm like, okay, well, we have 4,000 pieces of press to upload to our coverage book account. Like, how do I figure that one out and everything? And it's a lot of figuring out, and there's nobody that can help you.
No, we don't stop working ever.
There's like nobody can, because only you know your company. Only you know what you're doing. So, no, we don't stop working. So anyway.
So back to the original question. What was your word for the week?
Breakthrough?
Oh, I love that. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like we had a breakthrough.
I do too.
Yeah. What was your word for the week?
I was going to say progress. I feel like we made really great progress this week.
I love that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true and wonderful.
Okay, let's
love
jump
that
on
for us.
next. Love that for us. Okay. Okay, so
Thomas makes fun of me. He says it's a very American thing to say. I love that for you.
I love that for you. We both were in the press a little bit this week. You were in Parents Magazine talking about graduation gifts as an etiquette and modern day etiquette expert, and I was in We were both in Newsweek a few times responding.
And I was in the New York Post.
And Jenny was in the New York Post. What was Can you tell us about the New York Post, what that piece was?
The New York Post piece was based off of a piece I did for Parade that was about one thing that etiquette experts want you to stop doing in emails. And it's funny because, my response was, I want people to not say just checking in. I do think I did say this, and I'm going to say this publicly. There is a time and a place for just checking in, like when you really just want to pop to the top of somebody's inbox. I emailed our landlord the other day just checking in because I just needed to remind him that he hadn't responded to us. That being said, something I learned when I was working in wedding invitations was to make your emails very strong and powerful to avoid having to get on calls. This meeting should have been an email. You have to write powerful emails, and they have to be exacting. And just checking in is like a vague non-statement.
Right.
When really what you mean is, did you do X, Y, Z? How do you accomplish this? What is the feedback on that? Ask those questions.
Yeah.
Don't just say just checking in. Because I was talking about this with our mom, and she was like, it allows people to not answer what you need them to answer. Like it allows them to sort of weasel out. So that is what that was about in New York Post.
Amazing.
And Parade and like a couple of other places
too. They picked up on it. Yeah. Amazing.
Random piece to pick up on. What were you in Newsweek about, Miss March?
Oh, it was a couple of things. But the one piece that I thought was most relevant to our life and interesting was that there was a TikTok video. A lot of the Newsweek pieces are response to TikTok videos.
Or Reddit posts.
A TikTok video of a young guy, millennial guy, saying that this generation of men they are not competing with other men for women's attention. They're competing with women's peace.
Ooh.
And he was not happy about it. And basically some girl...
You just think women should have peace.
some other girl stitched him or something and was like, yeah, this is completely accurate. And so they wanted an opinion. And I said, absolutely, I agree with this. I think that women are realizing like staying home with their dog and or cat and Netflix.
Don't all the studies say that the happiest people in the world
Single.
are unmarried women without children?
Yeah. So it was a good week. We were busy there. Speaking of busy, we have a lot of speaking of busy, we have a lot of friends who have a lot of big things happening right now, and we thought it would be fun to share some of that stuff. So our friend Ella Dawson, who is a beautiful writer, has a new cover for her book. I just pulled it up. And I'll
By the way, I thought that was so fascinating.
For anybody that's
but how are you really?
Mhm.
Ella wrote this great millennial romance novel.
Yep,
and
I have it. Yep.
The cover was what is beautiful and wonderful, but they realized after being published for about a year that it didn't convey the fact that it was a romance novel, and like that was such a fascinating insight into the publishing industry for me. So they re-released the ebook with a new cover. That feels a very romancy. If you are familiar with like sort of like romance novels, modern day romance novels, they look, there's a very consistent look to them to recognize them. So she re-released her ebook with a new cover. That's very cute. And it's Charlotte. Is that her the lead character's name? Charlotte?
It's a fantastic summer read. So I read it. I have it on my bookshelf. I have a signed copy from the author. And I just think it's fantastic. And Ella has shout out to her podcast. If you are a book lover, her podcast, Rebel Ever After, which is about romance books and literary stuff. And she's also just a fantastically smart critique of human nature person.
Yeah,
so
I appreciate her opinions because I respect her so much and I love hearing what she has to say about things. So yes.
Okay. And then our other friend who has a book, I'm pulling things up because my ADD brain can't remember any of this. Our dear friend Leslie Gray Streeter, who we've been on her podcast many times, has a novel coming out. Her first book was a memoir, Black Widow, which is wonderful. We recommend it a ton. Her novel is called Family and Other Calamities. And it was an Amazon Books pick for May, first reads for May, and we're super proud of her. And I love the cover. I'm obsessed with the cover, and I'm so excited to read it. So shout out to Leslie, and go check the book out. Pre-orders are really important for people. Because it tells bookstores how many to order and all those.
And Leslie and her sister Lynn have a wonderful podcast called Fine Beats and Cheese. And they had us on twice, once to talk about Bye Bye Birdie. And then again to talk about Dirty Dancing, which is the most fun.
I know. Both things. Like the best. The best. So we're just thrilled for them. So go check out their stuff.
Yes.
And I'm just making sure we don't miss anybody. Oh, and then we were nominated for something.
That was a big one.
That was a big week for us. I was just out of the shower, and you texted me. We were nominated for 2 Quill Awards, which is, I want to explain something too about the about podcast awards. Well, a lot of awards. Let's just do a little. If you ever listen to Smart List, how Sean Hayes is always like, for Tracy, his sister.
Yeah, explain for Tracy. I assume Tracy Hayes listens to this too.
Yes.
I'm going to assume Sean Hayes listens.
Let's go back even further. So, we love you, Sean. So if anybody doesn't listen to Smart List, Sean Hayes, who's an amazing actor, all the things, his sister Tracy is not in Hollywood. And so when they talk about any Hollywood things on Smart List, he always says, he'll explain it, like the definition.
When they talk about almost anything
for Tracy. So for Tracy, we're going to explain awards, and especially podcast awards. With most podcast awards, you have to pay to play, right? So you have to pay to submit your podcast to be nominated for an award. We never do that. And so the Quill Awards are podcasting awards. We were actually nominated our very first year podcasting and for a fresh story. And then
I remember that. What category was that in?
A branded podcast. Yeah. And then we
remember. Yeah. And then, sorry, go on.
No, we didn't. We were just starting podcasting. So we were not, somebody had nominated us. We had no idea what it was. We were nominated. But this year, Quill announced the nominations, and we took to our people and they nominated us. And so we had 2 nominations, one for A Fresh Story and one for Jenny Says So, which is so exciting because it's your first season. And
my own podcast.
They like me. They really like me, and
They
so
do.
that was very exciting. Even just to be nominated.
Just to
Just
what
be
do they say?
nominated.
An honor to be
It's an honor
nominated.
to be nominated.
And we also have, well, maybe this goes with it. Our wonderful expert and friend Jen Johnson got us both trophies.
Yes.
So we can just hold our trophies.
Yes, exactly. We'll definitely have to do that. And so we will put the link in the show notes to vote for us to be a winner. But actually, what happens next is the next round is that people vote for you, and then the top 3 get submitted to judges. So, but I stand by our podcast. I think our podcasts are amazing.
I love our podcast.
We've had all 4 of our podcasts are top globally rated podcasts. This week we had A Fresh Story and Divorce Happens in the top 200 American podcast list. So we're killing it with our podcasts, and I do love them. We just finished wrapping your first season this week, and
that was fun.
It was fun, and huge thank you to all the people. So I'm gonna for Tracy explain how your pod. We need our own person. Who could be our Tracy? Who's somebody not in Hollywood? Could we? No, we're not in Hollywood.
By the way,
wow, that came out of my mouth.
Here's most people we know aren't in Hollywood.
We'll
do somebody in Hollywood for Dara.
Right.
We'll go the opposite direction.
Your podcast, the way it works is that I produce your podcast, but I do not host your podcast. That people submit questions via our website, via DMing you, me, all over. We've had messages. I take those questions and then I find voice actors, quote unquote, but people who will read them for us for the show. So they are real questions for anybody that wants to know, but the people reading them are not the people who wrote them.
Yes.
Because
they are real questions, though.
They are real questions.
We had one saucy reviewer that said, I don't believe these are real questions.
They are real questions. The only thing I do is sometimes I take out some of the
personal details.
Yeah, the personal detail.
Yeah.
Yeah. And and then I will ask people to read them. And so thank you to all the people that have read them on season 1. And we already are working on season 2 and 3, which we're super excited about. Super. Yeah. But we will be finishing up by, I think by the end of June, season 1 will be done. And probably by the end of May, actually. And then we will take this summer to record season 2 and 3 and get those out.
Yeah.
Before the end of 2025. But it's been a blast. I love that show. It's really came together. It's like our Frasier. I'm realizing we're just taking other shows and making podcasts.
Okay, so what's Divorce Happens?
That's a good question.
I'll tell you, Divorce Happens.
Oprah. It's like my Oprah.
It's Rob Reiner's show.
I know. It's like my Ricky Lake show. It's like my Oprah show.
Get with the program.
I want Ricky.
So that was Oprah, right?
I keep messaging her.
Ricky Lake, love us.
And then I don't know. But then, How Did She Do It All, which is going to be launching in 2 weeks. It's supposed to be launching in 2 weeks.
Well, How Did She Do It All is
it's like Dick Van Dyke Show.
To me, it's like Queen for a Day. Do you remember that? It's not, but that's kind of the vibe.
It's like a Nick and Night vibe to it. Yeah, I'm very excited to play with it.
Queen for a Day is?
Yeah, no, I know.
Okay. Mm-hmm. For Dara. By the way, I love
Dara. For Dara.
For Dara.
So that was exciting in our week. Okay, next up. We wrapped. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so I like how my agenda says
check.
Summer Camp Woes. Yes. So
we had an emergency. Thomas asked me if everything was all right last night when you called.
Well, here's the thing. For other parents, you will understand this. If you're not a parent or have kids in your life, I will say that you've had to go through this with, you will not understand what I'm about to say. Is that summer camps for working parents or for any parent, it's very difficult because either you're...
just the whole sort of educational system that's we'll take them for 9 months of the year, but not 3. It's kind of like how they tell you that teeth aren't part of your body and aren't covered by health insurance. We'll take them for 9 months of the year, but not 3. And then for those 3, good luck. And it's what?
So, so I'm in this, and I don't have $1 million trillion. And also my kids go to a Montessori school. So they're outside all year. They're very busy. They're very active. So it's not like summer is the only time they're going to be outside doing stuff.
No.
And so my older son loves D&D. He's a big Dungeons and Dragons fan. So he's going to be doing that. And he's been writing a ton. So he's going to do that. He's also very self-sufficient.
Yeah, he's happy at home. And he needs the downtime.
My younger son is like a golden retriever. And he needs to be out.
He's a border collie.
Border collie. Thank you. Yeah. He needs people. He needs things. He needs activities. And so I panicked yesterday when I got, well, here's my spiral. Okay. When I signed him up for Taekwondo, they told me if I signed up for a year, I would get a discount on things. So I've already gotten a discount on his birthday party, which is amazing.
Yeah.
But they also said I would get a discount on camp. And in my head, I thought there'd be like multiple camps, but there's only one week of camp. So they announced yesterday, but it was only open to 10 kids. So I signed him up immediately. And that's wonderful. But then I was like,
he still is going to do taekwondo over the summer.
Yeah.
Okay.
But now there's like a million other weeks of camp, and our beloved art camp closed last year, so they can't go to that.
Shout out to Clark.
Yeah. And so I was like, and he really loves sports, and so I said, what are we gonna do? And so I told him maybe you should try School of Rock, because we have one close to home. So he's gonna be doing a week of School of Rock, which is awesome. You know what I like is that they have weeks for kids that don't know how to play instruments.
Yeah.
So it's nice.
Now, I know that he wants a red electric
No, it doesn't
guitar.
come with an electric. You have to bring one. I didn't see that until this morning after I paid.
Doesn't Pat have one?
Yeah, but it's heavy. It's like not his size. Like it's like.
I mean, how cheap can you get an electric guitar?
You can get electric guitars. If my ex-husband happens to be listening to this podcast, because I don't think you are.
By the way,
will you please get an electric guitar for his birthday? Thank you.
But that's why I should ask for that. That's a perfect gift for him.
I know.
Right? Like
I know. He has one. He could probably send, and so it's fine. Like that's obviously something he'll reuse. But so he's gonna do that, and then then he really, really wants to do lacrosse camp. He is obsessed with lacrosse. He got a new sweatshirt. We've been at the lacrosse store every day this week. I don't even think I've told you that. The boys there know us now.
They'll take him for like a week.
By the way, it's like the most old school store, because like there's like tons of like teenagers just like hanging around there.
Yeah.
They're so nice. They're so nice. But anyway, we went in yesterday to get his stick wrapped. He got a sweatshirt. Like all my money is now going to lacrosse.
I feel like the thing about your sons is they like Wyatt. Like yes, he likes playing lacrosse, but like they love like the accoutrement of things. Like Weston loved learning about Mario. I don't really know if he played Mario that much.
No.
He just likes like learning about it and thinking about it and talking about it and drawing it. Yeah. And Wyatt like wants to like look
same
like
with Harry Potter.
Player.
Same with
he's like not that interested in the story. He's just like more interested in the lore.
Right. So but it's like again really hard to find lacrosse camps, and so Jenny helped me find a sports camp for him.
Well, I'd like to tell a story that nobody's going to care about, which is that Olivia was looking at Eastwood School, which was the school that we went to. We went to camp there. We taught there. And she was looking at camp there. And I'm telling this, I'm not going to say where he's going to go to camp, because I'm not going to tell people that. But like, he's not going to go to camp there is the TLDR. But Olivia was like, well, I can send him there, but there's no bus. And it's from 9 to 3. And I was like, I know you. Like, yes, you'll get home at 9:20 after dropping him off, but you'll leave the house at 2:00 to take that 20-minute drive because you're so afraid of being stuck in traffic or late for him. And I was like, this is not going to work. So I found a camp that was significantly closer to home and cheaper.
Today. I got to book him today, though.
Okay. Do that today.
Yeah, I'm going to do that today.
You're only doing it for one session, though.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So he'll have half the summer.
Then Olivia said, can you call? And I thought she meant the camp. And so then she called me at like 11 o'clock last night, which was totally fine. I was awake. Yeah. But I was very confused. And I think Thomas thought something was wrong because I ran out of the room. Yes, it was wrong. And we did an emergency camp scheduling, figuring out session.
Yes. Yeah. And we have thank God. I mean, I booked, and even the School of Rock books up quickly. And we have
that's the other thing, right? They're like, there's, let's just say 500 kids in a county. There's basically like 20 spots for camp, and it's like, good luck to the rest of you. I don't know what parents are supposed to do.
I don't know.
It's almost like the world is not built for people with children. Almost. They want us to have more babies. It's so weird.
Almost. So we got that solved. Any other problems to be solved this week? World peace?
No.
World hunger?
Which we had. Nope, not that one either.
No.
We're not doing great on the solving of the problems.
We're both wearing cute sweaters, though, so that's, always a thing.
There's that.
Okay. Moving on. Okay. What was your bright spot from the week? Or let's start with challenge. What was your challenge for the week? What was something that was like hard for you this week?
I think I just always struggle.
You always just struggle. I'm just always struggling.
There's it's believing that what we're doing is going to really, yes, I feel like we've broke the seal sort of, but also it's just like it's a constant mindset game with me, and I'm working on it. We did a beautiful energy reset, Olivia and I, this week, a 2-hour energy reset.
That was awesome.
I'm curious. I think people will be interested, and I think that could be a ticketed event that we do.
I love the cleaning part. I love that it was like timed, and I was like, how much time do I have? How much time do I have?
Yeah, it was great. And we came out of it with 5 mantras. Olivia said, here are 5 mantras, pick one. And I said, no, I want all of them. And I painted that. I painted a watercolor and I wrote them. And I have it sitting above my desk so I can look at them all the time. And I love that. I bought a new frame for it too at the charity shop.
No,
By the way, this is my secret to life. Never buy a new frame.
Yeah, I know you're good at finding frames though. You're good at that.
I'll tell you where to go.
Thrift shop for those of us.
Yeah,
in
but
America.
I'll tell you, Olivia, which charity shop to go to.
Thrift
because I know the ones that have good frames.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not
so
all
that
of
was
us
my
are in
challenge. I
Scotland.
think it's just constant mindset because I think it's like the world is telling you, oh, we're doing this too, or like it's not so great or something like that. And I think I sometimes lack the confidence that I wish I had, but I'm working on it.
You mean the delusion that your sister has?
The delusion that my sister has, yeah.
Yeah, because we're going to win no matter what. So
yeah, we have no choice. I mean, the thing is, like, this is our passion. Like, giving up is not an option ever. No. I mean, not that we have to give up. It's also, by the way, the first week that we've both been paid in 2 years. Like, I haven't paid myself in 2 years because of tax reasons and visa reasons and things like that. But also financially, like, we're finally in a place where we can pay both of us. And that's really exciting. That has meant that some things have shifted, where money's going to have shifted. Like, we've been doing pretty well for the last 2 years, but now we have we've what is the word I'm looking for?
Expanded.
We've released the cash in a way that like we can now pay ourselves. So like things are in the right direction, but also like I don't know. I think I'm a little bit of like I think it's a fear thing, to be honest with you. It's anxiety and fear. Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean that makes sense. We had a great meeting with a potential literary agent this week. We have one next week. So things are definitely moving and shaking. We're working pretty much 24/7. But we love what we do. We really do.
It's really hard to say what's work and what's not work, I think is the part that like, because like I'm not a hustle culture person at all. I have very slow mornings and stuff like that. But when you work with your sister and when your work is so heart aligned, what's like, where does work start and life begin?
No, I mean, I'm a social media geek. So for me, getting into bed at 11 and making reels is like fun. Like, yeah. Okay. And what should we do? Should we each do a challenge and then each do a bright spot? What do you think we should do?
Yeah. Did you do your challenge?
No, I didn't do my challenge yet.
Oh, I should do my bright spot now?
No, I'm saying should we each do a challenge and then
do your challenge first?
end on a high note. Okay. My challenge this week. That's a great question. Let me think about it. I think that like, do you have one for me? I was gonna. No, I look like you did.
So making a face.
I think that going along with what you said, I think that some of my challenges that I love working so much, and that means that like I have to consciously sometimes spend time doing other things, right? Like last night, Wyatt was like, "Can you watch me play GTA for a little bit?" Like, and he's like, "Don't bring your phone," and I was like, "Okay," like, right, like,
yeah.
But I love what I do. I love helping people, and like,
by the way, that's not exactly a big draw as watching your kid play video games.
No,
like, but I'll watch you.
Depends on the video game.
I'll watch you. Just like that's not like. Oh, yeah. I just couldn't put my phone down while I was watching that Broadway show. Like,
no. But it's, and I think like also,
I like your sweater, by the way. I hadn't seen
Amazon.
It before.
That's new. I just got it for our weekly wrap up. The other thing, it's not a challenge by any means, but I have to figure out a good system. I'm doing divorce resource consults every day, and not just virtually, but now people are like messaging me and I'm doing like chat ones with them. And I keep a book
I love
with
that, by the way. I love that you offer them via chat. Like, I think that's brilliant.
But it's almost like when you're a therapist and you have notes you have to like take after.
Coach.
And then and then I email people within a week. I've made it a week because it's a lot of work. A huge email with podcasts, articles, experts, free events and things like that. and I have to figure out now. I'm my what's the word for it? Like volume is getting higher of people.
Yeah.
And so
And you need to figure out a way to scale.
to
Is what
scale
you're
like
saying, yeah.
like the emails really like because they are personalized for everybody.
They
And
are.
so
I think it's so interesting because this is like such a fascinating example of us working together. Like I could probably figure out 4 different ways to make this easier for
I'm sure
you,
you
and
could.
you would use none of them.
No.
No.
I will use the PR tracker you made me though.
Because I made it exactly how you asked me to.
Right.
You didn't
Right.
do anything that would help me. Like, I just think it's interesting. Like, I have learned of the things that you want. Like, I could be like, oh, I'll make you a form. I'll
You
make
know,
you
I
this.
think the good thing about our work, our content, I'll say, is there's themes, so it makes it a little bit easier. So it's like, here's all the posts on what to consider if you're considering all these divorce things, right? Here's all the posts for parents. Here's all the podcasts for parents. Here's the financial one. So I think what I need to do, or what we need to do, is like basically like theme out a lot of this stuff. So it's like make lists. So it's like, here's all the podcasts and articles for anything finance related. And then I can copy and paste those into emails.
Why wouldn't that just be like being able to look at it by tags?
Yeah, but I have to I link everything. So it's like having the links ready to go for everything.
Okay. I want to.
But we don't have to talk about this now. But I'm just saying.
Can we actively, quietly think about it on air and not cut it?
Yeah.
Dead air.
Dead air. A lot of dead air.
A lot of dead air.
Okay. So, but everything.
By the way, unrelated. Sorry. Yes, you finish what you're saying.
No, I wasn't going to say anything. What?
I just think it's so funny. Like the people that are interacting with the post that I just put up on Facebook, which was about how we have left conservatively $9 million on the table because we don't charge people for access to our resources and our education, our podcasts and our experts. It's just so fascinating. Like people that I worked with years ago, people I went to high school with that I have not talked to. And it's just interesting to me, because, what you post and who interacts with it. Yeah.
I'm looking at your thing. Yeah, fascinating. Okay, so what I was going to say is, all in all, it was a positive week, progress, a lot of progress. Definitely figuring out summer camp.
Yeah, it's interesting. I feel like my brain, when things are good, my brain is trying to drag me back.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, for sure.
I think that's what it is. It's trying to protect me from getting too excited.
Well,
we figured it out on air.
You know what I was thinking about. I validate that because I was thinking this week too, after talking to this potential agent, and she was very positive and validating all these things. I was like, I think because of our childhood, we were so accustomed to the other shoe always dropping.
Yeah.
And so for me, I was like, okay, well, how good is this going to actually get in my head this week?
Yeah,
right? I was like, okay, so you keep doing this, but good things can happen.
Good things can
and
happen.
That was a lot of our energy reset was being we're allowing space for all this.
It is
good
safe
stuff.
to be seen. It is safe to succeed. It is safe to shine. And I think that's really what it is my brain, because we onboarded 4 new experts this week. We we had a great content workshop for repurposing
with the
for
nominations. Right,
we got 2 nominations. I went to a great networking event hosted by Jill Kaufman. That was wonderful. I met a lot of wonderful people.
We had our Tuesday table. It was great.
Yeah, our Tuesday table was great. I had a great call with Caroline from Tuesday Table. All these wonderful things happen, and my brain's bleh, and it's oh, thank you, brain, for, we're going to say it right now. Thank you, brain, for trying to protect me, but I don't need you to do that right now.
Well, that always happens. Remember, every time something good happened to me, I would worry about Weston's health. That was immediately where my brain went.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Anytime anything good happens to Olivia, she also worries about having to be away from her children.
Right.
Yeah.
Which I don't worry about as much anymore. I'm going to be honest.
They're annoying. They're really annoying.
They can handle themselves. Okay. So what was the bright spot of your week? The rose of your week?
I don't remember this week is the problem, I think.
I know.
No, I think we got some great experts on board, which was exciting. I figured out something with one of the experts who was trying to who was trying to sign up, that was throwing an error, and we figured it out together. And now I know to advise people of that. So that was a bright spot. And my husband and I are going to go see Sinners tomorrow night, and we're going to go to Korean barbecue beforehand.
So jealous.
And I'm very excited about that. I love the life that he and I get to lead together. So
I love that. That. It was great. We got some really great experts this week, and had some great interactions, great open office hours, helping people. I think I've had a lot of bright spots. Let's see, I guess professionally, I would say I did a divorce consult with a woman yesterday or 2 days ago, and she was so nice. And, just in the beginning stages, like hadn't even talked to a divorce lawyer. And I got to like help her build her hype team, which is literally what we build Fresh Starts for.
Yeah.
And she was like, Olivia, I'm so appreciative of this. She's like, you have no idea. And it was just like so amazing.
Validating,
That's what we're here for.
Yeah.
And then let's see, like life-wise.
I know what your bright spot was.
Yeah,
I got challenge.
I got a walking pad.
So jealous.
And a riser for my table. And our awesome stepdad helped me set everything up. Well, helped me. He set everything up and rearranged the room 6 times. I didn't even really.
No, you didn't explain that to me. And I don't think everybody's here. Were you going to move the bed?
No, but we were maybe going to. So this is what happened. So I don't have a desk. I have like a long table, which like is an old awesome antique table that I love. And I use that but I use it like half for my desk for work. It's here. And then I use it for crafting and stuff like that. And so I got myself.
The kids like do homework at it and stuff like that.
Sometimes.
Too, yeah.
I got myself this really nice bamboo teak, like wooden riser thing, like desk riser, which looks really nice. And then the walking pad, which really isn't that big. So the walking pad backs up into the bed, but there's like a foot between the bed and the walking pad.
And the bed is mostly unused. The kids use it kind of like a couch.
Yeah, but there's like a blanket on it and stuff. And so.
No, I know, but I'm saying like somebody's not sleeping in that bed every night.
No. But our parents were very concerned that I was going to fall off the treadmill onto the bed and hurt myself.
Yeah.
And so they wanted to try rearranging the whole room, which I will say this. What we did was great. I'm going to tell you the problem. So we switched the table around. So it was like, instead of vertical, it was horizontal against this wall.
Yep.
And then I was going to face this wall. And so then it left this whole space behind me.
Yeah. So it's like you end up having a thing like me where it's like quite far away.
Well, that's the problem. But we actually, Pat brought up the
room divider.
The room divider. And I put the white chair there and the lamp, and it looked really nice. And I was like, oh, this is cool because I could like record there too.
What room divider?
Mom had a room divider, it's like a
okay,
yeah, and it looked really nice. And then we went to go check. I was like, let me just check how it looks on Zoom, and you could see the entire bed also.
Yeah,
and there was no way to make that work. And so we were sweating. It took us like hours. We put the whole room back, and now it works great. But I have been walking, and it is so good for my ADHD. I've been literally loving it. It's the best thing in my life. Is my walking pad. I just feel like
if I bring a walking pad into the house, Thomas is going to be like, I think he's just going to be overwhelmed. And also, I don't know where to put it. There's
it's
2 issues.
It's really not that big.
I know.
You'll get one eventually.
I don't have any place I'll get one eventually. I think at the next place I'll get one. Because I'll probably have more of a traditional desk there. I have like a shelving unit. That's my desk here.
It took me like a day to get used to like typing and stuff like while doing it. But
yeah, I don't. That would be hard for me. But I think there's so much that you can do. Like you took calls from it.
Oh my God! Like, and I was like doing repurpose. I had to go through all of our workflows yesterday and just clicking. And I was like. And I put music on, and it's awesome. And I put my water bottle next to it, and so I forced myself to just drink. It's been life-changing, and it's only been 2 days.
I'm so excited for you.
Thank you. Okay. Anything else we need to discuss before we go? Oh, we had, if you haven't listened to it, listen to the episode of A Fresh Story with Tristan Reese.
Yes,
that was our first guest for that season about families. We have the next episode coming out that I'm working on is with Emily Westerfield, which is about surrogacy. Which was fascinating story. Also, we have some great interviews coming up. I don't want to spoil it for people, but this family season.
What? Like you maybe don't want to spoil it for people, but you like should tease them with it.
Okay, you want to tease them?
We have Chloe from Chloe's Big. Am I? That's like not a nice
Chloe's Giant Cookies.
Chloe's Giant Cookies. Am I good at teasing people? I don't think I am.
I meant more of like a provocative sense.
Oh, okay. Well, that's not really. I'm a married woman, ma'am.
Hi.
Yeah, from Chloe's Giant Cookies, which was a wonderful conversation. She is
so good.
She's
beautiful, a doll.
Beautiful human.
Yeah.
And then we have a couple. I won't spoil the other ones. Have we done any other interviews for that?
Yeah, Shawnee. We did Shawnee.
Oh, Shawnee. Oh my God, which was a fascinating story. And
she's
beautiful.
If you have a drive. Put it on while you're driving and just listen because
don't put it on while you're driving.
That's true.
It's like just so emotional and like
it's very emotional.
She tells the story so beautifully and she honors her daughter so well, and we won't give any more away. And then we have a couple of exciting people that have booked we haven't recorded yet.
We
so
have
I won't
somebody
spoil.
coming on. I'm not going to spoil either, but that's somebody that we're both
We're both
like
like,
totally
I'm just
excited
trying
about.
to be chill.
And it's a person that we've been following on the internet for 18 years, and we're just thrilled. So all good things. And then I will be figuring out the launch plan for How Does She Do It All. The first 3 episodes will drop.
Yeah.
The first
How many
one,
1950s dresses are you buying for that? Just wondering.
I don't do any, but I do have a very cheesy intro, so it's going to be fun.
Perfect.
And it's the first show that we had a customized jingle for.
Yeah.
With Matt Sarian did
Somebody
that for us.
wrote a jingle for us. Yeah.
And
Matt. I'm just saying you should be nice to your teachers because one day they may write jingles.
Their
for you.
podcast jingle.
Yeah.
The first episode that will be dropping is with my dear, stunningly beautiful friend Adrienne. About her, raising 2 little girls on her own, and then we have some really, really cool people coming on this season.
Do you think that somebody should interview you for How Does She Do It All?
Yeah, probably.
Probably me should do it, right?
Yeah,
that
you
seems
can
obvious.
probably interview me. Yeah.
Yeah, that seems like a good idea. We should do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I should probably put that in the first
Things
couple
are
episodes.
happening.
Look at that. We're iterating. We're iterating.
Happening. This podcast is going to be up in like 7 minutes.
No, it's not. I take
Yes,
time
yes.
with this podcast. Okay, open floor.
Okay.
Last thing. Final thoughts, shout outs, or anything else Jenny or Olivia want to add?
Nope.
Oh, I know. We have to do our weekly words of wisdom. We didn't do that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so, okay. Do you have any...
I like how I knew I had the agenda. I knew it was happening and I came not prepared at all.
No.
Do you have any words of wisdom for this week?
And can you just say it loud and clear and look right at the camera when you say it?
Can you go first?
Oh, sure. Let's think. I will say my weekly wisdom is even baby steps are progress. Because progress is slow, but it's just moving. And I literally every morning when I get up now for about 2 months, I've been doing my little step workout with my weights. Every single morning, I say to myself, because I do 100 steps, I do 50 on each leg, basically. Every morning, I'm like, it's just 50. You're going to get through 50.
Yeah.
And I count out 50. And it's like the next morning, I forget that it's only 50.
Yeah.
And then I have to do it again. And just keeping reminding yourself, like, it's just these steps. Like, I've been breaking everything down for myself. Like, in the morning, when I hear my alarm go off, I'm like, put your hair up, brush your teeth, go to the bathroom, put on your clothes. Like, it's just the little steps, but it can feel so overwhelming.
Consistency is also so important.
Yeah.
Anything.
Yeah. So I would say progress, baby steps.
Yeah.
Any movement forward is progress.
Yes. And my words of wisdom are, if it works for you, it's working. I posted about how I can't be trusted with planners. Like every year, I'm like, I should buy a planner. Oh, look at this $15 one. Oh, this $25 one's nice. And then somehow I slowly get up to buying like a $200 custom planner where I can pick all the sheets. I can pick all the pages and everything like that. And I'm like, no, you don't need to buy this. So I bought myself at the charity shop a 5-pound, which is about $7 planner that was at the charity shop. And I found out why, which was because it didn't have July, it had January. So which is fine, because here's the thing. I posted that I don't use planners properly. I use them like journals. I write in the pages unrelated to the day that I'm writing on. I love Post-it notes. I like writing on Post-it notes and then putting them in the planner. And I posted that, and Ali Shavria, who is both one of our experts and also one of the people I've known my whole life. I've known Ali since I was 2 and she was 3. Said, who has her own planner, the Eaton Brochard Method Planner. She said, you're not using it wrong. You're using it just right. It's working for you. And so my words of wisdom are, if it's working for you, it works. Nobody else gets to say, because as I always say, there are no rules.
There are no rules. What a way to end. What
a way to end, especially because Jen Clark is texting me, and she has "There are no rules" tattooed on her body in my handwriting. That's love, baby.
Casual. That's
love.
Well, as always, please go follow our podcasts, like our posts,
rate, review, subscribe,
all the things. Call us, text us, send white doves,
call
flowers,
me, beat me if you want to reach me.
Yeah, all of those things. And we'll be back next week for another weekly wrap up. Bye, sister.
Bye.
It's a fresh story, come and see. With Olivia and Jenny, be who you need to be. Honest voices, safe and strong. Come as you are, you belong. So take a breath, let's begin. You're not alone, we're here again.